Our sweater is just about finished and it's looking amazing, but what is a vintage ski sweater without its trusty sidekicks? That's right, just like a lot of those original vintage ski sweaters with their matching hats and mittens, scarves, and socks, I am going to be creating the rest of this ski ensemble to match with the original vintage sweater that I have. Today we're going to focus on creating some mittens, which I absolutely love. I love the traditional ones with the pointy tops and the beautiful color works, so we have to try to design some of those to match with our ski sweater, but there's also an extra twist, and that is I want to show off all of these accessories on the slopes by the 24th, which means that I have about 2 days to knit each of these. So yeah, it's a bit of a race against the clock, but who doesn't like some speedy crafting? So let me go grab my needles and start knitting like the absolute wind. Okay, so I was just starting on the first round of the color work beyond the bottom border, and the stitches weren't lining up. Like, I did the color work repeats and it didn't match where I was trying to go. And I realized that I messed up a little bit with the thumb gusset. It's been a year since I made mittens last time, and those I just followed a pattern, so I didn't really have to think about the construction. And this is the first time I've modified a pattern for mittens before, so that was new. So I'm gonna have to tink back this row. I think I've got it figured out. I think we'll have to see. But I mean, I do like the choice of red and white, and I like the length of these mittens. I like long mittens. I've got long gangly arms, especially when I'm out and doing things. My sleeves tend to ride up, so I want my pulse covered, basically. That's always the thing that sticks in my mind, is I want my pulse covered so I'm not too cold. So let's undo this row and start over. Okay, I know I just said that I fixed the issue. I thought I did. So I undid the row. I knit it once and I didn't have enough stitches on my needle. So I undid the row again. I've knit it the second time and now I have too many stitches on my needles. What? None of this makes sense. Okay. I think we gotta check it one more time. Let me see. Where did I mess up? Oh, I found it. Okay, so that's one mistake. Let me mark that. All right, I found the issue. I miscounted. Okay, why don't we, every time I'm chatting with you, I seem to figure out what's going on. So let me keep you going so we can keep on chatting. And then maybe this time I won't make a mistake. Kind of makes me feel like I'm on FaceTime with a friend. How are you doing? What have you been up to? Are you working on something? Maybe some knitting, crocheting? Sometimes I see some messages about quilting. I love quilting too. Oh, I have so many in-progress quilts I have not finished. I have so many things in progress that I have not finished. I wish I did not have to sleep. Okay, we went back. Okay, we finally made it around without any issues. It's miraculous. I might redistribute some of these stitches. So right now I have them split across 3, and it is kind of like weirdly split between 2 stitches, the main front part of the pattern, and I think I might put that all onto one needle so that I have a little bit more of a logical separation between the colorwork pieces, and I think it might help me keep track of where I am in the pattern a little bit better. So let me rearrange some of the stitches, but now I think we can just work the rest of the mitten up. Let's cross our fingers. I didn't just jinx myself. Maybe before I do any of this, I should go eat something. I'm hungry, and that never bodes well for counting correctly when I'm knitting. So let's eat something and then work on the color work. So sorry about the sound of the dryer in the background, but we fixed the issue and I've done a few rounds. You can see the pattern right over there that I've been working on, editing, modifying, updating. As a really quick note, I designed this pattern myself from the original vintage sweater that we have been talking about for the last 3 videos, but they were heavily inspired and based upon the designs of these Selbu mittens in this vintage pattern book, as well as the Norwegian Knitting 90 Years Later book. And it's coming out! Hold on. There we go. So we are starting to see the start of the first star down here. And on the other side, you can kind of see where the thumb gusset is happening and kind of the background stitches. And we also have some side stitches here and there to mark a transition between the top and the bottom of the gloves or mittens. Going quicker than I thought, but then again, I'm using thicker yarn and larger needles than all the original patterns call for. So it's all going quicker, which is really nice. Also really glad I stopped to take a bit of a snack break. I was quite hungry and dehydrated. Craftmas is an intense time and I've spent all of that time inside. I miss outdoors. So I might actually bring you along to enjoy some outdoor knitting. That was a fun adventure. This is how far we've come so far. The first star or Selbu rose is coming out. I think we just finished the last row of that one. So we have some filler rows and then another one. We have the thumb hole right there coming through. Isn't that awesome? I'm very much enjoying how this pattern is coming out. I'm just gonna keep on knitting until we get to the shaping of the top of the mitten, so I'll see you when I get there. I am 1 row away from starting the shaping basically for my fingertips. I don't know about you, but for some reason it just looks so freaking long, but when I try it on, it fits quite well actually. I'm really happy with how the fit is going. I'm a little worried I might be hit with second sock syndrome, but for mittens, second mitten syndrome, and maybe I should have been knitting them 2 at a time. To make the logistics work of putting out all these Craftmas videos, I have everything on the needles kind of at the same time, so all of my same size needles are in use for the sleeves and the cap and my socks, so I don't have any more needles I could be using, unfortunately. So I think, I don't know, maybe I'll see you all later this evening if I feel any better, or it might be tomorrow morning to finish out this mitten. We've started the decreases and there are 5 rows left, 4 rows to go, 3 rows to go, 2 rows to go. I've been miscounting, so now there are actually 2 rows left. 2 more. Okay, the next row is the last one. 1 more row to go. And there is the last row of this mitten, except for the thumb. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the tails here and tighten this up. And then it's time to think about how we're gonna do this thumb. Like I said, I just have the thumb left to do, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do that at my own leisure and leave it as a surprise for you all to look at in the final reveal. So I will knit the thumb of this mitten and a matching one for my right hand, and I will see you all at the reveal of these lovely pair of mittens. I'm so happy with how these mittens turned out. I was really worried about how the color work would come across, but I'm super glad I decided to do the choices that I did. I still have to weave in these ends, as you can see, and there's a little bit of an issue I have to fix. The thumb isn't on this mitten because, can you see what I accidentally did? I accidentally knit 2 left mittens, so I'm going to have to do some surgery to close up this hole, make a hole here instead for the thumb on my right finger, and fix some of the color work down here. So that's going to be an interesting surgery that I have to fix next time though. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see me finish all these accessories and wear these out, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!